Guitar Buddies, that was the Andrew Gold classic Lonely Boy. So we'll start with the chords. I'm starting on a... And here I'm very much playing the piano chords, but I'm playing A over C sharp. So I'm just playing A on 222 with my first finger on the D, G and B strings. And putting the C sharp in the bass on 4 on the A string. And then going to a D bar chord. And then an E over G sharp, because that's basically your C shape moved up to the 4th fret. So I've got a bar on 4 with my first finger, and then it's 4, 7, 6, 4, 5, 4, Yeah, 4, 7, 6, 4, 5, 4 to a standard A chord. So you've got okay, and I did add another guitar later playing a more rocky sound, just a little more crunch, playing just the bottom part of that, just a C sharp and A to D and A. So 4 and 7 on the A and D strings to 5 and 7, and then putting a little making the strings dead, so like that. Then just the same, a string down. So 4 and 7 to 5 and 7. Okay, and that's basically your intro and verses. And then you've got a pre-chorus section. So we've got F sharp minor, E, D, E, and that E I'm just going to kind of picking up the notes on the top 4 string, ba, 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 that kind of thing. Then back to F sharp minor, E, D, then playing C sharp sus4, so playing a C sharp bar chord there in the 4th position, but adding my little finger on the 7th fret to get the sus4, and then the C sharp. And that takes you into the chorus. And the chorus is great chord sequence. So I'm starting with the D. And kind of, just kind of arpeggiating it. That kind of. And then. So I've got D, and then I'm playing a D flat 5 with 96. Basically, that top note doesn't matter too much, but it's really just taking that D shape and making that note a flat 5. So A to G sharp. So it's D, G sharp, and D, F sharp. And the bass is playing a G sharp on that. Okay, so it's 5, 6, and then the bar across 7. So yeah, so oh what a lonely, and then just C sharp minor 7. Okay, so that's 4, 6, 4, 5, 4. You should all know that. And then just the same chord there, but now down 2 frets. So C flat 5 and then added 6. So then a B sus4 to B. So just like we did there with the going into the chorus, adding my little finger, this time on 5. Then to D. Then basically a D6 over E, which is just simply a bar starting on the A string on the 7th fret. You're back into that. Okay, so that is basically your verse chorus. Okay, and on the second guitar on the chorus, I was just just sort of filling in. Sometimes with single notes. Boom, boom. Yeah, and also just putting a few little extra notes in just to fill out the sound there. And also on this section, the pre-chorus section, the second guitar was playing so just F sharp, E, F sharp, E, 4, 2, 4, 2 on D, 4, 2 open, 1, 1 open, open. So 2 1 open open. So 4 2 4 2 4 2 open 2 1 open open. And then again. Then this time, emphasising those 2 notes, F sharp to F, leading into the chorus. So that's the main bits of the verse and chorus. There's another breakdown after the second chorus, which is slightly different. We go, and then this is what the piano's playing here, because the guitar's not playing or the bass. It's E to F sharp minor. Okay, 4 of them. Okay, and then after that you're into the guitar solo. So it's just basically 8 times round D to F sharp minor, and then it goes to B, and then you've got basically A little or octaves is quite nice. 12 14 11 13 9 11 7 9 5 7 A, G sharp, F sharp, E, hit the D chord at the end, and that's where that D, just play the chorus gently. You basically need to verse chorus, and then you've got twice round on the chorus, and to get you round back into the second repeat of the chorus, you kind of go from that chord there, you go to a bar of F sharp minor, extra bar there, and an extra bar of E, and then you're back into so you're back into that final chorus, and you're kind of ending with, just like before. Then it's basically E, A to finish. Okay, so that's your kind of main 2 kind of rhythm guitar parts there, with a little bit of lead there. So next we'll take a look at the solo and then the bass. The solo is based around the F sharp minor pentatonic scale, with sometimes a couple of notes from the F sharp minor scale thrown in. I'm starting with it here on, okay, classic little kind of bluesy bend there. I'm bending to C sharp on 14 on the B string, release to B, A on 10, okay, and then an F sharp on 11, then back to 10, 12 on the B string, and then I'm bending, jumping to the E string, bending to F sharp, so bending a tone, releasing, then a little pre-bend, so bend on 12 on B string, release, pull off to 10, so we've got and then releasing, hit that F sharp again, and then hammer to that F sharp from 9, so 9 to 11, and then you're basically going, you're doing those double stop bends on G sharp, A, B, C sharp. So the B string, your first finger's on 9, 10, 12, 14. But your third finger is always 2 frets above that. So it's 11, 13, and 14, 16. And that's bending up to this note. Yeah? There's a... And just re-pick that top note. Then... And then you go... so here you're going... Just going from E to F sharp, 12 to 14, then... And then E, F sharp, G sharp, A, G sharp, A, then bend it up to B. Then coming down the blues scale, just A, F sharp, E, C sharp, so it's 17, 14, 17, 14, and then bend back on 17. Classic kind of, you know, bluesy lick there. And then you've got just some more so you kind of keep that bend and re-pick that F sharp. So it's kind of something like, so basically going like that, bend, then so just, so it's really in the right hand, then do the same bend here, but now put the A on top. So you bend on 17, so it's kind of, so then, and then you're going up to this kind of what's often known as the BB box, you know, this little box position. So now we're playing around 17, 19. So it's just all around. So if you just kind of that bend on 1921 release, so it's all just around there. Can't remember exactly what it's played, but it's easy to follow on the playthrough. But it's just all these, that kind of stuff. All right, so it's easy to work out. And then you've got so what you do here is you've got a minor third bend. So you bend it up to the A, so you bend it up a tone and a half. Then again, just little licks around that box position. And then you kind of just repeat and release that minor third bend. You know, you could kind of be a bit loose with this, ad lib a little bit. And then adding that little G sharp in there. So E and F sharp on 17, 19, 16, 17. You see? Back to F sharp, coming up. Just that little 16, 17, 19 there. And then basically finish with a lick. those high notes. 19. So we've got 17, 19, bench 21 release. Yeah, and then you've just got those notes to come down. So you've got A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D on that run down. So it goes 12, 11. My little doggies down here. 9, 7, 5. And there's little licks and a few more towards the end, and it's all just about that scale that we've been using. So you can throw some licks in at the end. So I think something like that, just near the end there. Okay, so next we'll take a look at the bass part. I'm starting the bass with C sharp to D. So 4 to 5 on the A string, and then G sharp to A. 4 to 5 on the E string. Okay, and that's the intro and the first verse. Okay, and all the verses, in fact. Okay, and then what we've got is this pre-chorus section. I'm going, so I've got F sharp. So I play 9 on the A string. Then a little passing note C sharp to E. 9, 9, 9 on the E string to 7 on A. Okay, and then moving that shape down 2 frets, so I've got B to D, so 7 to 5, and then coming back up 9 to 7. So basically going. Then again, so and then 1 C sharp on 4 on the A string, a little open A, kind of passing note to that D there, and there's a couple of variations. Okay, so on the second time you play boom boom, so so E, C sharp, E, little fill there, 7 9 7 9, back to, yeah, and the third time you play it boom boom. So here boom 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 boom. So that E you've got 7, then sliding 9 to 11, F sharp to G sharp, B, back to G sharp, and then just the same. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. And then in the chorus you got that 1 2 3 4 ba. So first chord in the chorus is D, so just play D on 5, then 4 4, a G sharp to C sharp, 4 to, so I've got 5 on the A string, 4 to 4, G sharp to C sharp, down a semitone to a C on 3, B on 2, little passing note to get to a D, so B, C sharp on 4, 5, then E on 7, finish the chorus, and then bum ba bum 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 ba bum. Okay, and then you just got that kind of repeat of verse and chorus. Then after the second chorus, you just boom ba ba. You don't play that second. It's just bass, and then the piano comes in, ding 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 ding, 4 times. You do a nice little slide if you want to, and then on the guitar solo we're going from a so 3 times I'm going from a D, I'm playing it on the 10th fret, so I get a nice slide down to an F sharp on 2, 3 times, and then the 4th time going up instead. So D, little passing note of E on 12, so 10, 12, and then F sharp on 9 on the A string. Back little past the note again, then that's the same again. Then 2 of this. It's the same chords, but we're just starting on alternate notes on the bass. So rather than starting on the root, we're starting on the 3rd here. So we've got F sharp to D, 9 to 10, then the 5th of the F sharp chord, C sharp, down to the root of the F sharp minor. So you're going 9, 10, 9, 2. So and then you're going back like before, 10, 12, 9. Then and you've got this little break section. So I've got F sharp, G sharp, A, sustained B there for 1 bar. Okay. So you've got 9, 11, 12, 14, and then a little you're coming down that little section, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D. So you hold that D, and then you've got a little 3 bars of just a 1, 2, an A on the high A on 14 on the G string. Okay, and then you're back in with a couple of those without the second bit. And then last time there's a slight change. It goes, throws an open E in between. Okay, and that's on the last one. You've got the pre-chorus again that little fill in, and then you've got the chorus. The chorus goes around twice. Okay, so in between, you get to take it round. You're kind of going. You get to the. So you're going basically. So that little fill takes you to repeat. So from that E, you're going up to F sharp, A, B, 9, 7, 9 on A and D, and then E, A, 7, 7, 7, and then you're back into. Yeah, and then basically going round again, just as normal. Last time, you're going, instead of going up to that E, just hit an open E once, let it sustain, and then you're back into them, and you finish with so instead of it's E to A to finish 7 to 5, last 2 notes on the bass there. All right.